Everyone, in this video I want to explain the toddler stage of inner child, because then we want to have a process for this period of our growth. Now when I'm saying toddler stage, I'm just basically referring to the time of birth till about the age 7. I would be also including information as per our chakra system, because I feel without knowing the operating system of your energy system, every other information that I would be discussing or you would be reading would be kind of incomplete. And half information can be sometimes fatal. It's not a good idea to go with something we are not really fully aware of. As much as I can, I will explain. So from the age 0 to 7, if we go from the space of chakra system, and if I want to explain to you, so our chakra system is basically a system in place which helps the divine intelligence, all the cosmic energy, to interact with us. In fact, I have probably 2 or 3 videos on inner child and chakra system, and then I have 7 videos in which I have explained the chakra system a little more in detail. I really feel it will be extremely helpful if you listen to those videos, because they're more in detail. This one is more related to inner child. So now there are many different schools of thought about chakra system. Let's go with the one which is most common, which says that we have 7 major chakras. So basically these chakras are like energy wheels, and what happens is that they have the information that we require in the energy imprint format. And then now this energy imprint format is supposed to be able to communicate with our physical body and help us to go through our experiences and be ready for what life is going to throw at us. However, because we don't have the knowledge and we are kind of disconnected from our mind, body and soul, we don't remember those information. Now from the age 0 to 7, the child is usually very connected to its past life. If you understand, in some cultures, in fact in many cultures, once the child is born, very early on, they actually shave the head of the child. This is a symbol of letting go of the past, because what happens is we store a lot of information from the past in our hair. It is all protein, right? So we store a lot of information from the past, and these cultures had discovered this, that they need to let go of the hair so that the child can now kind of ground itself in this life and start living life afresh and new. But if you notice, a lot of children keep staring at something in the air and laugh, or they are kind of communicating with something in the air, or sometimes they look at something, a corner of the house, and get scared. I very clearly remember I had a center where I used to see clients, when I used to see a lot of clients, and this was a house basically with 2 bedrooms and a place for workshops, a hall, all of that. So a friend of mine would come with her toddler, and this baby would refuse to go to one particular room in that house. So eventually I had to look into it, and I recognized that the house belonged to a gentleman from the army, and the father of the owner had died in that room. And somehow that consciousness of that gentleman who had passed on was in that room and was making the baby very uncomfortable. So we had to do things to help the soul to cross over. So what I'm trying to say is that children are very connected to the other side, because their conscious mind has not developed. The subconscious mind is always connected to the higher intelligence, and they are clairvoyant. They can see, they can hear, they can connect to the other side, and those are the things we don't. And then during this stage, the child doesn't have the aura. Aura is like a orbit, a protective shield, almost like looking like an eggshell, which is around all of us. The more you work on yourself, the more you expand your energy, the more healthier belief system, physical body, your emotional and mental and a spiritual energy. The more healthier these three aspects of you become, the bigger your aura become. And that, when sometimes you go and meet a person, you feel so calm and relaxed, and you come back and you feel almost healed. It is because their aura has expanded and you're sitting in their aura and you feel very good meeting certain people. However, with people who are what we call the energy Draculas or vampires, you feel very drained after meeting them. You come back and you're so exhausted. You go to a shopping mall and you come back, you're exhausted because there's so many energies. With children, they don't really have this protective shield because their energy system hasn't even kicked in. So what happens is they need their parents, especially the mother in whose womb they have lived for 9 months, to be there and feel them protected. That's why it is extremely important not to leave your toddler or your children with help at home and take care of them, because in some cultures like India where I live, most of the times the child is with the staff who work. That really doesn't give a child a phone. It is familiar to the child after some time, but try and understand, it doesn't give the child that sense of safety and homecoming and love and attention and care that the child originally gets from the mother and father, because that is from where the child has come, recognizes its own origin and recognizes who the mother is, right? So at this stage, the child is connected to the other side. The child remembers the past life memories. A lot of children do. The child is very sensitive and completely a ready sponge to absorb whatever you feed, whether it's a form of intention, feeling, your emotions, your actions. The child is observing. It's just that you are not capable of knowing how much your child is observing. At this stage is the time where the child needs your presence the most. Really buying designer clothes and throwing lavish parties for your child's birthday is not going to do your child anything good. The stress that you will go through while doing all of that is probably adding on to the problem. At this moment, all that the child needs: calm parents who care, who want to be around, who want to hold the child, who are constantly telling the child, and with their emotions, with their even non-verbal communication by touch, that by their presence, they're telling the child that I'm going to always be there no matter what. This is the time that the child doesn't know how to communicate. The only way that the child can really communicate and get your attention is by crying. That's why a lot of children can be cranky, and if there is something in the environment which is bothering them, let's say a presence, an energy, a person, something which is bothering the child, some kind of need, that some children become very cranky and they really actually cry a lot. The sleep cycle of the child is very different because the child is not still understanding how to adjust to day and night, how to adjust to noises, how to adjust to the heat and the cold, and also because of its direct connection with the other side. Usually children have an issue with the sleep. They don't, either they sleep a lot or they sleep very little. Now, if you notice, when children are growing up, they don't like, other than the parents and familiar people, anyone to touch them much. They don't like to just go in the arms of a stranger, and they may look at someone and they want to turn their face around and they are not comfortable. Don't force your child to meet people the child is showing a physical or emotional reaction to, because it means the energy is not comfortable. I'm not saying those people are bad or have bad intentions. It's just that your child at this moment is not ready to accept that energy, or knows that this energy doesn't match me. Don't force feed your child and don't deprive the child. Don't try to regulate everything from the beginning. All of these things you need to allow the child to understand to do it. Try and keep the child as much as possible indoors and in environment that the child feels safe and protected. A lot of children hide behind a parent. By the age they are 4, 5 or 3, after they start walking, they start hiding behind the parent when they see a newcomer to the house or a guest, or when there are too many people. Please understand, it is not the child is shy. They don't understand being shy. They are trying to hide and they are trying to protect their energy system behind someone they find safe. Okay, so don't interpret the children's language as per what you understand. The child does not understand being shy. The child does not understand sadness. The child does not understand anger. The child senses these energies, and that is why they cry or they become uncomfortable if a parent is shouting or is angry, and they don't want to go to that parent till the parent calms down. It's not that because it's the noises and the energy that scares them, not really what we talk. And there is no feeling of being shy or regret. We teach these feelings, we teach these emotions to our children later on. So hold on to this information till I am going to not come up, but I will be introducing a process in the next video which is related to this period. Understand that a child doesn't have a base chakra which is responsible for safety, for security, for knowing how to communicate something in a way it is appropriate for it. So till the age 7, the child doesn't have a base chakra and really has a very strong need for safety and security. If you can make your child feel heard, not pampered. People think being a child being heard means whatever the child desires you give to the child. No. That is setting a very wrong foundation for child's growth in physical reality. No matter how much you can afford and what all you can afford to your child, but pampering and making your child feel safe, heard, loved are two different things. So this is the stage. If you can make your child feel centered, protected, safe, secure, grounded, welcomed, heard, loved, cared for, you are going to grow a very healthy human being and introducing an amazing being into the society. But if you haven't been able to set this ground reality, after the age 7, no matter what you do, that sense of confidence, security and safety that comes from knowing that no matter what I am accepted and no matter what, this is my pillar of strength and my people have my back, the child will grow up as an insecure, less confident, low self-esteem and complex person. So if you're a mother or going to be a mother, and if your child is in this stage, this is the most important part of your job at this moment. Anyways, till we meet in the next video where we will have a process related to this toddler stage of inner child. God bless.